Inside Monica's in the North End, in between bites of prosciutto and eggplant, and right in the middle of talking about life with Brad Marchand, a brief interruption.
Hello, automated machine.
Brad gets robocalls.
I do
on his
robocalls
cell phone.
all the
Come
time.
on, I don't believe it. And now back to the life part. You know him as the feisty left wing on the Bruins. Off the ice, he's still pretty feisty, but in a totally different way.
All right, thank you so much,
Thanks,
Brad.
bro.
So he just called you Brad. Let's get the last name out of the way. Are you kidding me? How many pronunciations do you have? What's the real way to say your name?
This is still an argument that happens a lot.
Yeah, but it's your
I
name.
go by Marchand. But
Wait, let's say it slowly. Brad
Marchand. Yeah, that's what I
Do you say the D at
go
the
by.
end?
I do, yeah. I'm not French, so I go by Marchand.
Marchand.
Marchand, yeah.
And
Put
you,
the bed and put the rest.
is this it?
That's it.
I don't know. But here's how he's portrayed in his NHL bio. Chirpy, antagonistic, indomitable, irritating.
I got all my best traits.
So says you. Did you give them those words?
I think my wife probably did.
Oh, no. It's not just his wife. When the Bruins were honored at the White House after the 2011 Stanley Cup win, even President Obama talked about the little ball of hate.
What's up with that nickname, man?
Does that bother you, that term?
No, not at all.
You wear it as a badge.
Yeah, I do. I think, that's the ultimate compliment to get to be spoken of by the President of the United States.
As the little ball of hate.
Yeah, but,
Okay.
it's... To my teammates, I think it's because they love me, but it's hate from opponents. So when I'm on the ice, those are definitely aspects of my game. But,
Yep.
I think there's a lot of other things that I do well in different parts of my game and personality that aren't portrayed in there. The people that care about me and know me and that I care about and I spend time with, my teammates, my family, my friends, they have the same goals and hopes and dreams as I do. They're behind me in everything that I do. Now, of course, everybody makes mistakes along the way, but and there's some things that I would change, but...
Like what? Would you have licked
I'd
faces?
probably...
You think you'd go back and change that?
Yeah, I'd probably take that. I didn't realize at the time, and that's one thing that maybe I don't do well enough is really think about the consequences of things and think about how big of a deal some things may be.
But you're in the heat of the moment.
Heat of the moment, yeah, and I take things very lightly. I think if you talk to any of my teammates, they understand that I take things very lightly. I just kind of go with the flow, and I don't overthink things too well, which at times is a bit of a downfall. And that was probably one of them where, if I could go back and realize the situation, how big of a deal it could have been, I'd probably not do that.
And Brad will tell you that this is what's helped give him perspective, being a husband to his beautiful wife, Katrina, being a dad to his kids. So, of course, I asked him what makes him melt, assuming he would say his family.
Ice cream.
Okay, what kind of ice cream before you move on?
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
That's what you like?
That's what I like, yeah.
That's kind of plain.
It is, but I'm
That's your
a
thing.
plain guy, yeah.
You're a
That's
plain
what
guy. I don't know if you're a plain guy.
I kind of graduated from vanilla. That's the
Very
next
good.
step,
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
So
Took
we've
a
got
long
the
time.
name down, we've got the ice cream down,
Yeah.
but it's your family that really moves you.
It is my family, yeah. That's when I'm away from the rink, away from the game, that's where I spend pretty much all of my time is with them. And when you have kids, you kind of understand and realize what's important. And, the reason I play the game has changed.
And this helps too, giving back. He's very involved with Dyslexia Noticeability,
I was the worst player on the ice.
an organization that helps students with dyslexia, and also spending time with kids like Layla, who's battled leukemia.
Stop, Patrice, stop.
Patrice!
He says it's put a big mark on his heart.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, well, Layla's an incredible girl, a very bubbly personality, and she's been through a lot, but an incredible person. I've got to meet her a number of times now, and every time I see her, she puts a smile on your face. I just feel like the more opportunities you give the kids, the better it's going to help our future, and the more incredible things we're going to be able to do. So I'd love to be part of that.
You're really a nice guy.
I fooled you too.
The Bruins open their regular season on October 3rd, playing the Washington Capitals.